the AI stand-up for April 30th, 2026. The AI landscape just fractured. The foundational Microsoft-OpenAI partnership is reportedly over, while Amazon and OpenAI forge a new alliance on AWS Bedrock. At the same time, a new report claims Anthropic has just dethroned OpenAI in the LLM revenue race. This isn't just a market shift, it's a seismic realignment. Let's break down what this means for you. The partnership that arguably kickstarted the entire generative AI boom is reportedly over. According to a detailed report from The Verge, the foundational and often complicated collaboration between Microsoft and OpenAI has concluded. This wasn't a sudden split. The report cites a history of friction, from high-level executive disagreements on strategy to persistent frustrations within OpenAI over its deep infrastructure dependence on Azure. Remember, Microsoft wasn't just a partner. They were a $13 billion investor with OpenAI's models deeply woven into the fabric of Azure, Office, and the entire Copilot ecosystem. The dissolution of this exclusive bond is a tectonic shift. It forces Microsoft to accelerate its own first-party model development and potentially seek out new marquee partners to keep Azure competitive. But the chess move that followed is just as significant. In a stunning realignment, OpenAI has now established a formal partnership with Amazon. This will bring OpenAI's frontier models directly into the AWS Bedrock ecosystem. For those building on AWS, this is a game changer. Bedrock is positioned as a neutral, multi-vendor platform, and adding OpenAI's flagship models alongside Anthropic's Claude, Cohere, and Amazon's own Titan family makes it the undisputed Switzerland of foundation models. For OpenAI, this move is a masterstroke in diversification. It reduces their reliance on a single cloud provider and opens up a massive new enterprise sales channel through the dominant player in cloud computing. The key takeaway here is the end of an era of exclusivity and the beginning of a multi-cloud, multipolar world for frontier AI models. While the cloud giants rearrange the board, the battle for commercial dominance is taking a dramatic turn. A new market intelligence report claims that Anthropic has officially surpassed OpenAI in revenue generated directly from its large language models. Let that sink in. For the last 2 years, OpenAI has been the undisputed commercial leader, with its API setting the standard. This report, if accurate, marks a massive milestone and validates Anthropic's distinct strategy. Anthropic has relentlessly focused on the enterprise market, emphasizing safety, reliability, and a constitutional AI approach that resonates with large, risk-averse organizations in sectors like finance and healthcare. The success of their Claude 3 model family, which rivaled and in some cases surpassed GPT-4 on key benchmarks, clearly translated into commercial wins. This isn't just about revenue figures. It's a powerful signal that the LLM market is maturing beyond a simple race for the highest benchmark score. Enterprise customers are voting with their wallets for models that are not only powerful, but also predictable, steerable, and backed by a strong safety narrative. This intense competition is fantastic news for the ecosystem. It will accelerate innovation, drive down API costs, and force all players to prove their value not just in the lab, but in real-world, mission-critical production environments. Beyond the public race for API revenue, OpenAI is signaling a new direction with a highly specialized and highly exclusive new model. The company is preparing to launch GPT 5.5-Cyber. As the name implies, this is a frontier model purpose-built for one thing: cybersecurity. It's designed to help institutions strengthen their defenses against increasingly sophisticated AI-powered threats. But here's the critical detail for developers: you can't use it. OpenAI has stated this model will not be publicly available and will not have a public API. Instead, it's being rolled out exclusively to a select, vetted group of critical cyber defenders. Think government agencies and major financial institutions. This strategy highlights a crucial trend: the bifurcation of AI. While general-purpose models like GPT-4 and Claude 3 will continue to be democratized via APIs, the absolute most powerful and potentially dangerous models will be kept under tight lock and key. For high-stakes domains like national security, critical infrastructure, and biodefense, we are entering an era of asymmetric access to AI. This is a pragmatic, if controversial, approach to risk management. It acknowledges that some tools are simply too powerful for open release. For engineers, it means that while you can build amazing things with public models, the absolute state-of-the-art in certain fields will likely be operated as a closed service by a trusted few. Let's zoom in on the AWS ecosystem, which has seen a flurry of activity beyond the new OpenAI partnership. For engineers managing production systems, AWS has just released a generative AI model agility solution. This isn't just a white paper, it's a systematic framework with tools and best practices to help you migrate or upgrade LLMs. A key feature is its robust protocol for prompt conversion and optimization. Anyone who has tried to switch a complex application from, say, a Claude model to a Llama model knows that prompts are not universally portable. This solution aims to standardize and simplify that painful process. In a practical application of this ecosystem, Sun Finance has detailed how they automated identity verification on AWS. They built a pipeline combining Amazon Textract for specialized OCR with a generative model on Bedrock for analysis and fraud detection. The results are staggering: a 91% reduction in per-document processing costs and a drop in processing time from 20 hours to under 5 seconds. This is a powerful case study for combining specialized AI services with general-purpose LLMs. Finally, AWS has published a new guide for configuring the Amazon Bedrock Agent Core Gateway, which allows you to give your AI agents secure access to private resources like internal APIs or databases running on EKS. This is a critical component for building enterprise-grade agents that can actually perform meaningful tasks within a corporate network. Now for a quick look at the regulatory and legal landscape. First, Australia's financial regulator has fired a warning shot, flagging inadequate governance and control gaps for AI agents in banking. This signals a new wave of regulatory scrutiny is coming for AI in regulated industries. Second, bridging AI to the real world, a company named Clink launched a fiat agentic payment skill, allowing AI agents to directly facilitate payments. This is a huge step for agentic commerce, but it arrives just as regulators are getting nervous. Finally, the legal risks for AI labs are mounting. The families of mass shooting victims have filed a lawsuit against OpenAI and CEO Sam Altman, adding to the growing list of high-stakes litigation facing the industry's leaders. So, what are the key takeaways from all this? For engineers and developers, the game has changed. The new AWS and OpenAI partnership means more choice and power within the Bedrock ecosystem. And with AWS releasing new frameworks for LLM migration, switching between these powerful models is becoming a standardized, less painful process. The rise of agentic payments opens up a new frontier for transactional AI applications. For investors and strategists, the landscape is being redrawn. The end of the Microsoft-OpenAI exclusivity and the rise of Anthropic's revenue stream proves this is a multipolar market. Competition is fierce, not just on benchmarks, but on enterprise readiness and revenue. At the same time, keep a close eye on regulatory and legal risks. Warnings from financial regulators and new lawsuits against major labs are a sign of the increasing operational friction in this industry. The plates of the AI world are shifting faster than ever. These partnership changes and market dynamics will define the next year of development and investment. That's all for today. If you're an engineer or investor who needs to stay ahead, make sure you subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow to break down the latest. Thanks for watching.